My name is Leon S. Kennedy. I'm a survivor of Raccoon City and an active field agent for the United States government. My job? To stop this viral outbreak before it spreads to the rest of the world. Because of the Elpis cure you and the rest of the Raccoon City survivors are immune to this new epidemic. The president explained to me. It is very possible that you will be instrumental in stopping the epidemic as it spreads. You could say that you are the last of us. I couldn't explain why, but I felt myself cringing inwardly. Never say that again, I said. Of course, the president said quickly, too quickly. Leon S. Kennedy, you are our last hope and, I'm totally fine with you banging Ashley if you... Thanks, I said shortly. I turned around and walked out of the room. The Elpis cure had been administered to only a small handful of people. That wasn't enough to save the planet from the newest viral outbreak. Some people had been naturally immune to the T-virus. But this new one seemed to be almost unstoppable. I wondered where it could have come from. A large number of shambling people were standing outside the White House as I stepped out. My first thought was that the zombies were already here, but I very quickly realized that they were just protesters. Mr. Kennedy, how are you going to stop the last of us? I cringed again. I answered, I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to walk somewhere very dangerous with a handgun and 6 bullets, and I'll come out of it somehow. I pushed past the shouting crowd and approached my Porsche, which too had survived Raccoon City. My wife was there too, and had used it to escape the zombies there to report back to her Chinese overlords. Good thing I had left the keys in the ignition for her. Leon. Sherry called me right when I was starting up the Porsche. What's up? The government's already done a really good job isolating the spread of the disease. They're administering Elpis cures to everyone they can get a hold of that's already infected. What's the bad news? Some dumbass and his daughter broke quarantine and might cause an outbreak. Take care of it. So I went where I was supposed to, and the bearded guy was standing there, begging me not to kill his daughter. I could tell they were both already infected, so I quickly loaded my Elpis shot and fired it at her. The man screamed in pain and rage and tossed her aside, passing out. I administered the cure to him too, and then set to work isolating the rest of the outbreak. I thought nothing more of the incident until the wrap-up report, in which Sherry told me that the man had suffered a severe concussion. He thinks his daughter is dead, and that's his mission to travel the country to deliver a girl to an organization that can find the cure for the outbreak. The outbreak that we already stopped. Well, yes, she said. He's delusional. He must be having some adverse effect to the Elpis. Or maybe you just hit him too hard. I barely touched him, you know that, I said, annoyed. Well, he thinks you killed his daughter, she said. So You. I looked up. The bearded man, Joel, staggered into the room, looking dirty and haggard. You took her from me? He rasped. You! He lunged for me and I stepped aside. My hand brushed over a set of golf clubs that were lying against the table. The man froze, eyes wide. No, he stammered. He stared at the clubs, transfixed. You're with Abby, aren't you? Where am I? Where's Ellie? Is Ellie his daughter? I asked Sherry blankly. No. Her name is Sarah. Rah! I'd kill for Ellie. Rah! He stumbled towards me. I took the golf club out, and he froze, eyes wide. Please, anything but that. I held it out, and he quivered before me. Sherry watched him with interest. "He's developed a fear of golf clubs," he said. She said slowly, "There must be some trauma associated there. He fears them more than the zombies." Joel stared at me warily as I brandished the gold club in front of me. I thought about what I should do. In the end, I hit him across the head, knocked him out, and had him restrained while I had Sherry bring in his daughter, who tried to explain everything to him when he awoke. "No, Ellie's my daughter, not you. I have to protect her. I have to protect her." "Protect her from what?" I asked, crossing my arms. "If I let them have her, they'll kill her to get the cure to save humanity." Sherry and I looked at each other. "Something like 10% of the population were completely immune to the pandemic," she said. "We could have extracted a cure from any of them, even if Elpis didn't work." In the end, Joel could not admit to himself that his fantasy of protecting a little girl in post-apocalyptic America was nothing more than a fantasy. He grew to believe that he had died and entered an alternate reality, and spent his time desperately searching out for Ellie, abandoning his real daughter in the process. In the end, The Last of Us didn't even crack the top 10 zombie apocalypses I had seen. I was disappointed. I went home to my Chinese wife and tried to extract state secrets from her while she did the same for me. "You know Leon?" Ada said. "I met a girl named Ellie. She was a super lesbian and told me that I would be hers. I had to show her your photo." "And?" She smiled at me. "She stopped being gay," she answered.